2023. Call the meeting to order. We don't have anybody signed up for public comment. We have item 3, minutes of October 18th, 2023. Are there any questions or corrections? If not, is there a motion to accept as presented?
Motion to accept, sorry.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Secretary's report. Ms. Luck.
Thank you. Good morning. Attached to your board packet is the Bucks County Employees Retirement System transactions for the month of April 2023. The total amount of contributions received for members in October of 2023 was $1,422,813. The total amount of member contributions refunded in October was $308,808, representing 26 former county employees. The total amount of monthly pension benefits issued in October was $4,677,258, representing 1,911 retirees. The following people retired in October of 2023. Solace Ameko from nursing with a length of service of 22 years, 5 months, and 20 days. Linda Counterman from the main jail with a length of service of 12 years, 7 months, and 6 days. Gail Forth from Area Agency on Aging with a length of service of 20 years, 2 months, and 8 days. Eileen Hudson from Clerk of Courts with a length of service of 24 years, 2 months, and 22 days. Donald Jacobs from Information Technology with a length of service of 14 years, 7 months, and 17 days. Bonnie Lazuski from the Main Courts with a length of service of 12 years, 0 months, and 25 days. Marjorie McKeon from Children and Youth with a length of service of 33 years, 7 months, and 9 days. Peter Wojciechowski from the main jail with a length of service of 9 years, 10 months, and 19 days. The total amount of death benefits issued in October of 2023 was $787,401, representing 1 deceased employee, 2 vested members, and 4 retirees. Also attached to your board packet is the Bucks County Employees Retirement Fund investment accounts reconciliation for the month of October 31, 2023. The market value as of October 31st, 2023 was $860,675,888.22. As of today, the market value is $891,604,588.21. And that concludes my report.
Okay, comments or questions for Ms. Van Blunk?
Do we have any idea what the net performance is rather than the market value, the actual net value? Net value of the fund itself?
What do you mean, for the year, for the month? Or?
Well, I guess as of this report of the October 1st.
So the cost is included on the report, the cost value and the market value is on there.
Okay.
We pull it right from the statements that custodian provides to us. These statements, probably some of our investments are only updated on a quarterly basis,
Right.
so they won't update again until
Right.
December.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, both the cost basis, the $785 million, and then the market value, the $860 million, are included on that statement.
Okay.
Any other comments or questions? Is there a motion to accept the report?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item 5, request to purchase part-time service for Bailey Brillman.
Yes, Ms. Brillman is requesting to purchase her part-time county service from June 6th, 2022 through April 9th, 2023 at a total cost of $1,772.29. If approved, she plans to complete her purchase with a lump sum payment for the total of $1,772.29. I'll make a motion, to approve her request.
Second.
Second.
Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I'm going to recuse myself from item 6 as vice chair. Commissioner Marsaglia will chair for that item.
Thank you. This is a request to approve a qualified domestic relations order. This is for
Yeah. sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead, did you want to say something?
Yeah, this is a, yes, request to approve a qualified domestic relations order signed by Montgomery Court of Common Pleas dated October 3rd, 2023, in docket number 2022-22381, and I'll make a motion to approve that order.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Can I give it back to you?
Okay. Item 7, request to purchase leave of absence time for Jessica A. Marvel.
Yes, Ms. Marvel is requesting to purchase her leave of absence from August 23rd, 2018 through October 26th, 2018 at a total cost of $1,574.10. If approved, she plans to complete her purchase through additional retirement contributions of $50 each pay until the total cost of $1,574.10 is recovered. And I'll move to approve her request.
Second?
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item 8, request to purchase part-time service for Karen E. Weldon.
Yes, Ms. Weldon is requesting to purchase her part-time county service from September 30th, 2020 through January 3rd, 2021 at a total cost of $940.90. If approved, she plans to complete her purchase through additional retirement contributions of $50 each pay until the total cost of $940.90 is recovered. And I'll move to approve Ms. Weldon's request.
All right, is there a second?
Second?
Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item 9, discussion of cost of living increase for the year 2024. There's been, obviously a point of discussion over the past couple of years about the cost of living increase in this board and every other retirement board in the Commonwealth at a county level, having to match whatever the COLA is, with the CPI basically, to the COLA. We obviously have an increase or an obligation that we have to contribute on, adding on, I know we've done some math, adding on to match the CPI, how much extra would we have to put on? I believe Mr. Boscola, I think, has that, or, or Ms. Durant?
The COLA would be an additional $19,800,000, according to Korn Ferry, our actuaries.
Okay, so 19.8 on top of was it roughly 16 million? That's the ARC?
16.5.
16.5, okay. So we'll be looking at $36 million. And that's not money, just to be, for point of clarification, that's not money we take out of the $890 million that's in the retirement fund. That would have to come from the general fund. Would have to, in other words, it would have to come from, taxpayers directly.
Year after year after year.
Year after year after year,
It's
compound.
not a one-time thing.
We do know that there is a bill that's in Harrisburg that would allow counties, retirement boards like this one, to do a cost of living adjustment less than the CPI. I think we've been in contact with some of our state legislators from Bucks just to find out where that is. We know that CCAP, the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania, has been pushing for that because we are not the only county, and certainly our retirees are not the only ones who are asking for, cost of living adjustment.
It did pass the House,
Pass the House.
and I did speak to both of our senators. So, Senator Ferry and Senator Sarah, there's another senator in the upper end of the county that would have more influence over this because he's on the committee. But they haven't voted yet. So that's where the work needs to be done, not here, but at the state Senate level.
Any other discussion or, yeah?
Yep, I would just like to add that currently our pension fund is only about 80% funded. So it's not, we're not at 100% funded, so I think that affects the decision as well.
Comments or questions? Okay. All right, so we'll have to wait and see. The Senate is in session this week. I'm obviously not in session next week. I don't know where they're going to be beyond that. So, and we do have, we had public comment earlier. You had to sign up for, happy to discuss after this for some people who might have questions. Any other matters come before the board?
Yes, I would like to start thinking about next month, the contract for PFM is at its end. So we are going to have to look into whether or not we extend it as is, or if we go month to month, or 1 year until we figure out what we're doing. I had drafted, an RFP proposal, but it kind of just sat. And then, of course, the fall got very busy. So I think we need to look at this. At the moment, we're paying $190,000 for them. I received a copy of the invoice, and it's just a line item of a flat $47,000. So what I would like to see is how much activity is happening on a daily basis within the fund. Like if there's a percentage of per trade, I don't know how that works. It's clearly not outlined in what we've seen, but I need us, I would like us to start thinking about who is the manager, and that's fine if it's PFM, but I think a fair thing to do is to move forward with the RFP for a manager on the fund, and when it comes to how much we're paying for it, I would like to see more detail in that invoice.
Okay. Is there interest among board members in having staff and law department put together an RFP that could be voted on to be sent out in December?
I'm fine with that. I think it's never helped.
Didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
I said, is there interest in having staff and the law department work on an RFP that we would vote on in December to put out to fund managers so that we can do this? I mean, I know obviously with all financial institutions that you work with, every few years you really should do an RFP just to see if you're getting, the best bang for your buck. The treasurer did that obviously with banking services. I know we do it periodically with auditors and things like that. I know, we did talk about this several times about doing an RFP, but we never actually given direction to staff to say, yes, we want this on the agenda on December for us to vote on.
I think just from my personal perspective, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's a good idea. However, to address Chris's concerns, that doesn't, because I don't think action would, if the contract is up in December, then asking staff to, do the work to issue an RFP won't address that. So I just think that there would be two different motions or votes, if you will.
No, definitely. Yeah, we would have to work on some kind of basis with PFM about a month-to-month schedule or 3 months or however long we think it's going to take for us to get, proposals back, review them, make a determination about who we're going to go with. It's obviously not something we're going to do, by the January meeting.
Right.
I just want to point out that the initial contract with PFM was dated March 15th of the year 2000.
Okay.
So it could be time.
Yeah. Okay. So do we have a motion then to direct staff and legal counsel to put together an RFP for us to vote on at our December meeting?
Are you asking for a
I'm
motion?
asking for a motion.
So moved.
I'll second. Is that reasonable? I mean, I have a draft already done, but you're talking about the Thanksgiving holiday, and our meeting is December 15th. Is that a reasonable request of staff?
The 20th.
The 20th. Is that reasonable?
Well, I think since we have a draft, I think it probably is. I mean, certainly if we find out, in the meantime that it's not, certainly we can move it to January. We can just, table it in December and come back to it. But
Okay.
motion made and seconded. Any other discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any other matters come before the board? Okay, all
I
right.
think I would just ask, perhaps we can ask Ms. Duran to speak with PFM as to what they're willing to do, whether they can work with us on a 3-month basis, a 6-month basis, an annual basis, right? Okay.
Agreed. Yep. Okay. All right, anything else? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.